when we last left off, quite a spot we left off on. Our group, the Cask Raisers, having secured the tablets and made their way back, escaping from many an odd creature and summoning some by accident, took a rest in the undersea, protected by the allegiance of the All-Sight members, who gave them a pack and directions for where to find this key to the Netherdeep that they were meant to be searching for. However, they also learned, through rumors from the All-Sight, that there were other members that they recognized in description, who had broken their way into Kalmaro, and upon arriving at the villa that they were directed to, did in fact find those members, the members of the Misfits, Ao's crew. Following a rather tense fight breaking out, the creature having grabbed and turned Ao to stone, the rest of you rushed in, deciding to aid them and help them, realizing quickly that the motivations for them having joined seem off, and Armine, having spotted bracelets that she recognized, pointed out quickly that they needed to be removed. And with the first saving Galceride, he helped knock out the others using his gravity magic. And quickly, one by one, you removed each and every one of the slave bracelets from the Misfits. While Duncan retrieved the key, the blade, the Ruidium Great Axe that was embedded in the top of the Death's Embrace, which he now holds in his hands. As the other party is waking up now slowly, what are you all doing?
Armine's gonna collect all the broken bracelets. She's not letting them, anyone else touch them.
Duncan's gonna call out to the elf and tell him to start collecting the weapons with cloth.
There's no point, Galceride responds. You need the weapons. You will need the weapons.
What do you mean?
You all intend to go to that rift, yes? The weapons are the key.
The key?
If you go into the rift without one, the pressure will crush you immediately. Less so a key and more protection. You have to have some piece of it to get inside.
And we can't have...
It was meant to be Maggie's, so that our group could enter.
And we have to have them out. We can't just wrap them up and have them...
They have to be bound, attuned.
Lovely.
That's not great.
They do have some benefits, though. Useful benefits. Obviously, the corruption is dangerous. But it protects you from the pressure of the deep water. It allows you to breathe underwater and to swim without issue. It also is a rather strong weapon in and of itself. But understand, if you're to continue down this path, you will be coming across more of these items, and you will have to use them.
How much of that information you got was useful? And how do you know they're not lying?
Because, and he takes out the dagger that he has with the red blade, you know as soon as you attune what they do. You feel it instinctually. And he flips it back and slides it back into the sheath. Plus, you see me now, and you notice now he wasn't swimming like all of you are, and each of them are actually walking around in water almost as if it were land. They just have a natural flow of the space. They can choose to float. They can choose to stand. It gives them complete control of their ability in the waters.
Hmm. Where did they get these bracelets from? Or who made them?
They have connections in Wildmount. Seems to have come from this individual they kept referring to as the Din Master. And that title, Aramine, is familiar. The Din Master is the one who owned a number of the camps in the Underdark.
That he's still walking around. Wish we could have killed him when we were trying to get out.
Men like that are too cowardly to step forward and others do their bidding.
Oh, don't I know that? Many people down there just use others to do their own bidding. They don't do it themselves. The weapons, I think, would be a Duncan call. But
The
you guys
others
should get out.
rise up. We need to take these weapons back, actually. Or at least drop them off somewhere.
Alright.
They're all traced. So if they stayed with
Oh!
you, the Vermilion Dream would find you.
And that would be absolutely lovely. So yes, I'd say it's best if you keep them and
So
throw them
somehow
away somewhere.
we have to find one for each of us?
Or something that has it tied in. There are rings, necklaces, armor.
Right.
How
God,
much do we need of it?
Yes.
doesn't Varys have a necklace that allows him to basically do the same thing right now?
I believe he has the necklace, the aquatic necklace,
Okay, so it's not similar.
but it's not a ruidium necklace.
Okay.
So his just gives him affinity for water, but not the ruidium blessing that they're using.
Hold on, I'm gonna put this down. What was the guy's title?
Can I?
That was
The
given?
Din Master.
Okay. Alright, I gotta remember that myself.
He is, as far as you're aware, Armine, and Varys will be aware as well. There is a couple of houses of Drow that have taken unique power in the Underdark, and one of those houses is a house he leads called House Sarai. So he is the Lord of House Sarai, and his title is Din Master.
Mm.
As all of you are sorting things out, Bhaqull, Kava gets up, dusts off her cloak, looks at you, and just smiles. Brushed a hand on the side of your face. You're looking more like you.
I think it's getting better. He instinctively kind of hides his hand as he says that.
Just wraps a hand around the back of your neck and pulls you into a tight hug.
He'll hug back. I'm
Mm,
glad you're okay.
I could be doing better. I think. And she leans back and looks at the others. I think we should go home. All of us. Ao just like looks at her wrist and just looks pissed as all hell. Yeah, I'm sick and fucking tired of Marquette. I think we should just go back to Wildmount and live our lives, because this is awful.
Especially
Stop.
if you don't want one of these again on you. Be careful, Wildmount.
Well, how do you suppose we get back? The goblin speaks up. Galceride looks and sees that some of you have the Cobalt Soul insignia now.
Duncan will actually swim over to him, reach into his pack, and pull out his sigil and hand it to him. Ask a question. Tell her I sent you, and that you all want safe passage. Collect those collars, the bracelets. Tell them your story.
Right.
I got most of them.
As well, hold on to those weapons and give them to them.
I think we'll take them back to Wildmount and give them to
No.
the Cobalt Soul there, so they're far away from the Vermilion Dream here.
Good idea.
As long as it ends up in the Cobalt Soul's hands, it's probably for the best.
I just want to make sure they get as far away from the Vermilion Dream as possible. I figure that's the best bet.
Just if they ask if you have anything, and he points at Bhaqull's sister, they're gonna question that.
They all nod. We owe you all a lot. And I truthfully, I don't like a lot of people. But in the times we've all met, you've been kind and then some. So, when you make your way back home, back to Wildmount, look us up. If you need help, we'll be there. Ao just sort of walks over, puts a hand on Galceride's shoulder, and gives a curt nod. Smiles real big. This isn't the last you've heard of the Misfits, trust me. But we are in over our heads. Looks over to you, Bhaqull. We'll get your sister home too. Don't worry.
Thank you. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. She could manage. I'm sure you've realized that.
Kava looks over at you. Does a symbol, holds on to her holy symbol, and presses her hand to your chest. And when she removes it, there is the symbol of the Everlight, the blazing, rising dawn sun. A death ward that she has placed on you. Just in case. And Bhaqull, she puts her head to yours. You've always been much stronger than you've imagined. Whatever brought you here, you can do it.
I at least won't give up until I get back.
I'll make your favorite foods when you get back. She gives your cheek a pinch, and then they all begin to make their way swimming together.
Hey, Ao!
She hangs back as the others swim out. Yes?
When we get back, I think all of us could meet and have another drinking party again.
I'd like that. Maybe when we first met up. Our goblin village was rustic, but damn was it nicer than this. She gives you a nod and a salute. And the Misfits... Oh, go ahead.
Wave at Bhaqull's sister and just like wave to like come talk to them in private.
Roll a persuasion check because they are sort of on the way out, and Kava doesn't immediately know you that well.
Oh, okay.
They just give you a curt nod in your direction, but continue on with the others because they are scared, tired, and frankly just want to go home.
Armine also would have given them most of the bracelets. She would keep a small piece.
Okay.
Herself.
The very first one that was broken off of Galceride broke into 2 pieces, and you keep half for yourself.
Mhm.
As the misfits swim off into the unknown
Nice folks.
and disappear.
They were very helpful before. I mean, we wouldn't have made it out of the temple if we didn't have them.
I see. The market isn't that bad.
No.
Plymouth looks really sad.
The
You guys
desert
are
isn't
just
the
like
only
droop.
fucking place you can visit.
I know it's not.
Uh-huh. Sure, firecracker.
There's the volcanoes as well.
Armine's kind of staring at the broken bracelet.
At this point, Bless does wear off, as it has been over the minute since it was cast.
Plymouth, you okay? Oh no, Miku.
Swim over here.
I wanted to offer your sister something because my clan has this tradition where we give them something to, and she just gets all red face. To we give a stone of value, and we offer that as a way to court their other kin, which is you, because
See his fins do that thing where they flop down against his cheeks. I'm sure you'll get a chance next time we're in Wildmount.
she just gives him a big hug.
Duncan, since you were up there, go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage.
Yeah.
23. So with your vantage point over the landscape, you clearly see off to the left the temple, still guarded by its ward. The watchtower where you had met the ghost off to the right. And in the distance, that pulsing red. But in the bleak darkness around that red, you see a moving shape pass by your vision and into the kelp forest again. Still present and lurking.
Duncan's gonna take the battle axe into his non-corrupted hand and just hover his corrupted hand over the edge of the battle axe. I wouldn't give to sink this into your fucking skull. Turn around and call out, we need to get moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we stop by and,
We have to go to them.
Mm.
They're
To
the
the,
ones that can open up the chapel for us.
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
Let's make our way back then.
I'm gonna go take a Flemeth hand and start swimming.
Right. With that 23 perception check, you do know that the pathway back to the tower is safe. There are no large creatures, nothing abound at the moment.
Go away there then.
You make your way back to the tower. The sword wraiths, as they are called, still on guard. but the priest is waiting at the bottom floor, expecting your arrival. As Hadrai, the orcish priest, is still sitting there happily waiting, arms crossed and just smiling.
Sorry to cut you. Business taken care of.
He just nods. Good to know. One step closer, then. Yes?
And he'll twirl the battle axe in his right hand. Yeah, one step closer.
Very good. Hadrai looks over to the commander, gives a soft nod. Banner goes, "Soldiers! At arms!" And you are now flanked on each side by a formation of 10 sword wraiths on either side. We'll keep you protected and get you to the temple.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As these undead, elven, ancient soldiers guard the flanks, you are led down the way and around the kelp forest to the back of the temple. The soldiers spread out and guard the perimeter, as Hadrai is the only one who comes up with you to the barrier wall. He makes a sign, it's a silent prayer and bows, and then places his hand upon the wall. All of you watch as a small, shimmering door of transparency forms next to his hand. You all may enter.
Thank you.
Thank you for the help.
Go.
It's hard and we'll also start
Let me
swimming.
give them my bow. Respect.
The second you pass by the barrier, you land on dry ground.
Well, that's interesting.
It's better. No offense to the,
Good.
you know.
Good for you.
Yes.
Great for you. Kind of indifferent for me.
Yeah.
The interior of the
Taco.
temple. The interior of the temple is dry. There are lavishly sculpted pillars that line the interior walls, and the floor is adorned with a mosaic of silver and green glass that depicts two verdant crescent moons atop a four-pointed star. At the center of this large mosaic, you see a red crystal shard that is pulsing with a light that seems like a mockery of a heartbeat. There are scarlet tendrils that radiate from it. Crawling across the stonework, against the north wall stands a statue of Corellian, stalwart and glowing. And you see, with the briefest of hums, that as the sort of barrier that is around the temple glows, it glows in tandem with the statue, protecting this space. As the group passes the threshold, entering into the stonework, all of your visions fade, and you feel as if you are descending for a second, as a vision fills all of your minds. An image comes into focus. All of you see Elixion. He is sitting on his knees, his head bent and his expression haggard. He looks old beyond his years, despite his young physique. His gaze is set to the statue of Corellian. His eyes are clear, despite the clear exhaustion that shows on his face. Whatever it takes, he whispers, his voice filling the entire room. Even if it costs me my life and my soul, I will do what it takes to protect them. And then, as before, you are shunted out of the vision, and you are back in the room. The red crystal tendrils around, and that red crystal pulsing in the middle.
So am I the only one that saw that?
No.
No.
Okay.
Stuff
That's
might be annoying.
It's very, very annoying.
Who is leading the front of this expedition as you push forward into the temple?
Duncan will.
Okay, and what is the marching order?
Isn't it? You don't know what the marching order was. I forget.
Bhaqull will follow
I'm
behind
asking
him.
you how you want to set yourselves.
Flemeth is in the back.
Well, it's at the back. Duncan's at the front. Bhaqull is behind Duncan.
I'll be behind Bhaqull.
Okay.
Arden.
Arden will, Armine will be behind Arden.
I'm behind Arma then.
All right.
There we go.
Duncan, as you lead into this temple, what are you doing?
Scanning the room for any potential threats.
Okay. Generally, this would be a perception, but I actually want you to roll me an investigation check.
Yep.
And I will say, Bhaqull, you being second up, you can also roll an investigation check as you two are sort of at the front there. Oh, dear
We're
Lord.
gonna need it. We're gonna need it.
We're gonna need it.
Oh, God.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Okay.
A tale of two rolls.
Oh my Christ.
No, one in the dirty
dynamic.
20.
Okay.
Yippee.
Bhaqull, roll me a d4.
Oh boy. 2.
Duncan, you see this large crystal in the middle in this plant. Do you go towards it or do you go around it?
I'm gonna go around it.
Okay. So you go up to the statue and you were looking there. There doesn't appear to be any threats here. Bhaqull, as you are going around the plant, you step a bit closer than you mean to. And then you turn your head almost not of your own volition and take one step closer. And then another.
Oh no.
And before you know it, your hand is on the crystal.
Oh no.
Bhaqull, your vision fades, and a vision enters only your mind. A wash of light rather, engulfs you. As does a sensation of traveling at a very rapid pace. You were falling down faster than you ever thought possible. You feel a sharp pain that blooms from your breastbone. You keep plummeting, and the light diminishes and then goes out. Suddenly, you see that you are looking down upon Elixion. He's floating in a black void. His expression is one of slowly growing horror. He reaches out, stretching, trying to use every muscle in his body to reach you, as though begging for you to take his hand and save him from whatever horror he's seeing. You hear him say, "When you see me, permit me to leave. I can't do it myself. You must. You will. And the vision ends. As it does, the crystal lets out a loud hiss, and all of you watch as it cracks and shatters piece by piece before exploding into a red flare of crystal. All of you see a translucent image of Elixion standing there, but he looks stern and impatient. As it disappears, Bhaqull, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Yippee!
Oh, no.
Ah!
Oh, God damn it!
Ah!
Roll 20 haters.
The warlock fails charisma, of course.
Why?
That's
They have
that's
nice
not good.
The
The
duality of two
The
rolls.
dice god said.
Oh, that's not good.
Woo.
Oh, God,
That's not good.
good.
You take 26 points of psychic damage.
Oh boy.
Ow.
You suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, one second.
Oh.
I don't know how to do exhaustion.
It's alright. Just at first level of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on the saving throws and checks.
Oh, that's not.
It can be healed on a long rest.
Okay.
However, outside of both of those conditions, you also receive 1 level of corruption.
There you go, I just put it in my ideals.
As this happens, Duncan, a bright light emanates from your chest, and the red tendrils begin to become incinerated as the statue of Corellian seems to reinforce the pendant on your neck, and bright light fills the room, clearing corruption from the space. And the red is no more, and you look down and see that the Jewel of Three Prayers is fully complete.
Oh.
Plymouth is gonna run up to Bhaqull to make sure he's okay.
Bhaqull's just gonna be like grabbing his head, clearly in pain.
What the heck happened?
Duncan's gonna go straight over to the cool. Sorry, the dog munching in my ear. He's gonna hold out his open hand and close his eyes and make sure that he's okay by trying to sense for any of the corruption.
You immediately sense that while at a weaker level than yourself, Bhaqull is corrupted.
He's gonna open his eyes and lightly flick his nose. Fucking idiot.
I didn't.
Touch things.
I didn't mean to. I 1 second I was there, and then the next time I'm here.
Where's there?
I saw Elixion again.
Right.
He said when we see him to permit him to leave, he can't do it himself.
What's that mean?
Alright.
As the last of the corruption in the room gets incinerated by the light coming from Duncan, all of you hear what sounds like a squelched cry of pain echo across the space, reverberating through the water and bouncing off the barrier.
That's not good.
Any of you who were suffering from having heard the voice of Elixion, the corrupted version, are no longer suffering that condition.
What was that doing again?
I believe you had disadvantage to intelligence checks. I think you might have
Yes.
been the only one.
I think I was the only one who currently had it.
But that is now gone. You feel yourself refreshed and renewed.
As bad as that noise probably is, at least my mind's a little bit more clear now.
Flemmy, if you got any potions, help him. Congratulations. You're corrupted now. And Duncan's just gonna turn away from Bhaqull.
Not like I already wasn't in another way.
This is different. Much different.
You pull the other hand, not the one with the eye, but the other hand, which is the one you touched it with, up, and you now see just faint red lines, almost like lightning scarring, just across the hand.
He just kind of like stares at his hands, even though one is like gloved still. He just stares at them.
Flemeth will take his hands and look at him. We will fix it.
Yeah. Fix it.
God, is that noise outside still going on? Like something's banging against the
It
barrier?
was
Or no.
no, it was like a reverberating yell that stopped,
Oh, okay.
like a crowd of pain.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I only get +1 more AC from that. Alright.
Also, Lulu,
Mm-hmm.
inside, in, still in Flemeth, to Bhaqull's mind, she'll also say, please don't let him die.
Okay.
To be cool.
Yes, but she's not talking to Bhaqull.
Saying a prayer.
Oh. She's not talking to Bhaqull, but is she talking in Bhaqull's mind?
Yes,
Oh.
but she's not meaning
Oh.
that to Bhaqull. She's
Oh.
talking to Steve.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Bhaqull's gonna look at her confused and then look down at his hand and then seem to have
She's
like
making it
an
look
understanding.
prayer, but she's like trying to hint at the Steve.
Duncan, now what do we do? What do we need to do here?
He'll pull the necklace out and show everyone that all the jewel slots are filled.
Oh.
And as he does, Duncan, the information of what it does floods your mind, becoming innately aware of its capabilities.
Which I'm reading over right now.
Mhm.
Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
Side question: was that cure wounds for me?
I think it
Yes.
was, yes.
Okay.
Because you just took some pretty hefty psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much damage you lost, Ribbo, but I feel like we need you up.
Well, let's just say I'm still up below half.
Oh god.
We'll just say Bhaqull looks especially tired right now.
So I need to change the charges to 7.
Lulu, I'm gonna look around the other parts of the temple. I'm gonna make a perception roll.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just searching?
No, she's just looking around at what else there
Would
could
you
be.
like assistance?
I would love assistance.
Guidance.
Guidance. Alright, let's go. Perception with advantage, because I still have my glasses on. But
Advantage didn't matter.
advantage
Is
didn't
that plus
matter.
guidance?
Oh, how much plus guidance?
It's a
do you-
D4.
Let me D4 it up. I. Wow.
Okay.
All
I can
right.
see clearly now the atoms are making themselves known.
I can
all
perceive
molecules in my
everything.
way.
I
Roll
can
Just
me-
don't split
perceive
them.
Armine,
everything. Yes.
roll me a D100.
Are you, okay.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. Don't worry.
That.
See, that's fine.
It's fine.
It's just 13. That's not an unlucky number.
Why'd you have to mention that?
Shush!
I didn't even think about it that
13 is
way.
a lucky number.
Shit is a lucky number. I said it's not an unlucky number.
I'm scared now,
Just
though.
being honest. It's a lucky number.
God, what am I seeing?
Death.
Destruction.
I mean,
Not quite.
yeah.
You see underneath the statue, there is just the faintest groove. And you realize that there is some sort of storage in the base of the statue.
Oh boy. She's going to look at the groove, and she's going to then look at Duncan. Duncan, you said not to touch the statue, right?
It's a bit done with now. Everything's gone. What'd you find? And he'll walk over to her.
She's gonna point at this small little groove. Do you want me to pry it open?
Why
Or-
don't we first figure out how it opens before we go destroying a holy statue? Last thing we need is a bolt of lightning straight down on us again.
Or it just
Fair
exploding.
point. Yeah, fair point.
Both of you roll me intelligence checks.
Me?
Yeah, intelligence checks, not saving throws. Just checks.
Intelligence. Boop.
Okay. So, Armine, you're kind of like scratching your head trying to figure out how this could open. Duncan, you actually look up the statue and see where the hands are clasped. It looks as if they could hold a sword. And at another portion of the room, you see on the wall is a stone sword.
Okay. Duncan will walk over to it. And he'll start to reach up to grab. He'll put the battle axe on his in a holster of some kind, and he'll start to reach up to grab for the stone sword.
It's pretty hefty. Roll me a strength check. All right, you're able to get it. You pull it up, and it takes a second to lift it over and get it into position, but you can slide it in if you'd like.
He'll do that.
All right, and it fits right in. And as soon as it hits in, you watch as the stone hands like clasp over it, and you hear a mechanical click. And Armine, you watch as the front of the statue pops out slightly.
Oh. Well, that'll do it.
Open it up.
Alright. She's gonna slowly and carefully open it up. Open up and look
You
around.
slide the stone chest essentially open, There is just a simple leather bag that is white in color and has the golden emblazed symbol of Krillin the Archheart on the side, tied with a gold string. It is the
There's
only
just-
thing in this large container is this small bag.
That's strange. But this bag must be important then.
She's going to she's going to pull out the bag and
I
look at it.
It's a very pretty bag.
Duncan's gonna clasp his fucking hand over his fucking head.
Nice bag. It's okay, Duncan.
Duncan's gonna close his eyes and clasp on the necklace and just say a prayer.
She's gonna put the bag down.
What's the guy's name again? I've forgotten.
Corellian?
Okay. He's gonna pray to Corellian. He's gonna be like, please, don't let this idiot die to something or some your priests have set before us, because we've already accidentally triggered one, and we don't need to trigger anymore.
She just sets the bag down and just
Duncan will hop down off the stage, walk over, and he'll lightly bonk her on top of the head.
Ah! What?
Did you learn nothing from the armory?
And yet there is nothing else in there.
And you could have stuck your hand in there and your entire arm could have been torn off. Look, this is why I don't do religion.
And you think I do?
You think, and he's gonna point at Varys, you think thieves are devious? No.
Gods are more devious.
Priests are devious. These fuckers.
Aren't you kind of doing religion right now?
Yeah. I'm not.
Just.
I mean, he has a point. Priests are kind of devious.
And Duncan will pick up the bag and tug at the small
Wanna
string
just,
that's
like,
keeping it closed.
Give me a stink face at everyone.
No, listen. Some priests are.
You say you open the bag?
Duncan's gonna open the bag.
You look inside and it's empty.
What's in there?
Nothing.
So they stored an empty bag?
No, I don't think.
Try putting something in there.
Duncan will take out a single gold coin and just place it in the bag.
It goes in and disappears.
Well, it ate my gold coin.
Can you try to
Bhaqull's
take
gonna
it?
walk
Wait,
over and put his
what?
hand in there.
You reach down, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes.
Oh my god!
See?
See what?
See what?
He's gonna pull his hand out.
It's almost his whole arm was in this tiny bag.
It's a fucking bag of holding.
The tarp.
It's a fucking bag of holding.
It's,
Uh-huh.
Okay, well,
it's
that's
like our basement.
So
Fine.
there's probably a lot of things in there we just don't know about it.
Well, then should we go through it later then? Maybe.
That
You know
is
what,
your guys' decision.
From what I recall from bags of holding, you have to know what's inside of it to pull it out in the first place. Otherwise, you're just reaching in and grabbing at nothing.
You could always do it the fun way and turn it inside out.
Oh, right, yeah, and let's just implode the universe while we're at it.
No,
No,
I
that's-
don't think that happens. I think it just stuff falls out.
You know what, fine, fuck it, I'll do it.
I think
watch
you
out,
just
and he'll
just
step
turn it
away
over.
and-
Don't like.
He'll step off to the side and invert the bag.
Don't invert it. Just
You invert the bag, and you'll watch as a collection of chests and items falls out onto the ground. Duncan almost gets thrown back by the amount of items that just get tossed out.
This is why I thought we should have done it later when
And-
we had more space. Okay.
And you said I was silly for fucking reaching my hand into that thing.
Fucking priests!
Calling hypocrisy here!
At least no bodies fell out.
Please don't even think about that, because I don't want
That could
one
happen.
last thing to fall out of the bag and it's like a severed arm. or
It could
something.
happen.
God, how
So-
many chests fell out?
So 3 chests fell out. A bag of scrolls with 7 scrolls in it fell out. And 1 long, beautiful golden blade.
Plymouth is gonna check out the chest to make sure they're not traps.
Duncan's.
Roll me an investigation check.
Duncan will look over the blade, but I'll wait till you're done with the.
May I use
What?
guidance?
I'm just gonna sit here.
Lulu?
Mm-hmm.
May
Why
I
don't
use
just
guidance?
sit there?
Yes.
Look over the chest too.
No. You guys can do that. I'm not. I'm just gonna
Shouldn't
watch
that
your
technically
back.
be Varys' job?
Yes, I think my mate
Probably.
can do it a little better than I can. I seem to get in trouble with chess all the time.
Varys, why don't you help Flemeth?
Okay.
19. None of the chests appear to have any sort of traps upon them at all.
So they say?
They appear to be safe.
Then she will open
They are all locked securely.
Any keys in those bags?
Is there a key? Are they locked? What kind of lock
I
is
don't
it?
fucking know. I'm gonna look at this sword to make sure it's not weird.
Are you trying to
I'm-
ascertain if it's magical?
Yes.
You roll me an Arcana check.
Failed.
You've got no idea.
I mean, it looks
gold and shiny.
like it's just gold and
As you're looking at the sword, you look down and you see your 1 gold piece on the ground.
Okay. He'll pick that up and put it back in his pocket.
Hey, Varys.
Hmm.
No, I don't want to stereotype you. Do you know how to lockpick?
I'm pretty sure I've done it in front of you at least 3 times.
also I
Maybe.
just-
I
Also,
I
Duncan.
don't remember. There's
Hey,
been a lot
doorman,
happening.
can you pick the locks?
Can you please pick the locks? Also, he also sort of asked for the. Never mind.
I'm
Ask
just
So-
gonna go keep watch.
But cool.
Huh.
I can't tell if there's any magic on this, and he'll hand the sword over
Oh.
to Bhaqull.
We'll look it over.
But cool, you hear a hiss in your mind when you pick that sword up.
Drops it.
Right.
Why do you
okay,
dr-
then he's gonna pick it up. Nope.
I can't touch that.
Yep.
That's a
nope.
bad idea.
Doesn't hurt you, but something about it your patron does not like.
I don't.
Should we have someone else look it over then? I don't know.
Flemeth.
Flemeth or yeah.
Plymouth will take out.
Flemeth, instead of rolling an Arcana, I actually want you to roll a religion check on this one.
Oh.
And you can take it at advantage because of your history. And Varys, if you're opening the chest, it's going to be your Thieves' Tool checks.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them.
Do Tinker's tools have
That,
lockpicks?
that works. That works. That fails horribly.
Oh no!
So one of the chest locks, your tools actually snap off and break into the lock, and it is now unable to be lockpicked. And you won't need new thieves' tools.
No, Duncan will come over, hear the snap, put his hand over it, and cast Mending.
It is broken into the lock. It went into the lock.
If you want, I can shoot the lock off.
Maybe later.
Okay.
All right. So,
That feels dangerous.
Plymouth, as you look at this fine blade, it looks like as if it is made of a white, pure white metal. There are wing designs upon it. You have heard of blades such as this in the past, in your reading. This is a Holy Avenger. Specifically, this is a Holy Avenger's blade of Corellian the Archheart. And you know specifically that these blades can only be used by paladins who swear to the god of which they are, of which it is made for.
Plymouth will only tell that to Duncan.
Right. He'll pick it up and grab the bag, reinvert it, and slowly put the blade back in the bag.
That's a good idea.
Probably. We probably won't be able to carry all of this anyways.
Well, no. none of us
In
can
the
use
first chest, Varys,
Oh,
you flip it open, and it is
Mhm.
filled to the brim with coin.
Oh,
In the second chest, it is partially filled with coin and partially filled with gems.
ooh.
Are you sure you don't
Huh.
want me to shoot the lock off the third one?
Well, it might just have more of that, which is, I mean,
Just true.
very good, but we can use it later.
We can use
Although,
it later.
some spells use gems, which is that's helpful.
True.
When
Doing a
Gwen
quick
sees the
estimate
gems-
of the amount of gold that you have from just these two chests, the first chest has roughly 2,000 gold pieces. Some of that is in
Woo!
platinum, some of that's in gold.
That's
The
a
second
lot.
chest has more platinum than gold, but is the equivalent of about 2,000 more gold pieces.
Holy fuck.
And
As
then
well
the other half being
as-
gems, yeah.
As well as there are 6 gems particularly that stand out. So you have about another 1,000 of gold in gems, except for these 6, which are 6 perfect, like equally sized diamonds.
Plymouth is gonna pocket 2 of those diamonds for her because I fucking need those to make sure you guys don't die.
Yep.
And the third chest still remains closed.
We'll deal with that when we have new tools. Preferably better ones.
Probably to get you some better tools. Should we put it back into the bag?
Yes.
We
I
want
think we should
to put
them-
all of this back in the bag.
Well, yeah, just
Well, or in the basement, but the basement's kind of a mess.
kind of full. Or a
No,
mess?
it's not full. It's
Duncan
just a
will close
mess.
The other 2 chests and slowly.
Let's
put
let's
them
just
in
put
the
them
bag.
in the bag. We can use that bag now too, I guess.
For the third chest that actually isn't open, Duncan's gonna take a second. He's gonna sit there on top of it for a moment. He's gonna close his eyes, and he'll pray this time to Carillion. He'll say, "I know we're taking from your chapel, but I would very much like it if there is anything useful in this chest, if you could help us open it, or at the very least, get it open for us." I know
Roll
you're
a
not
religious
supposed
check.
to- Ah, fuck.
Hey, Lulu.
Should have expected that one.
Yes.
Oh!
I am making sure. I'm making sure outside the temple that nothing's there.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Okay, with advantage.
Yep.
Give me that.
So
bliss.
Duncan, as you stand up off the chest, you trip a little bit, and the chest gets bumped. And as it lands back down, you hear a tick 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 as the piece of the lockpick falls out of the lock. Armine, you don't see anything dangerous, but you do
Give me a tool.
watch as outside the temple, the ghosts that were standing there turn to you, give you a salute, and the priest bows. You
She's
hear
gonna-
just a wispy thank you as they all disappear, having done their final, what they were sent here to do.
She's going to silently, when they do salute and bow, she's going to slightly bow to them. Thank you for helping us.
Varys.
Hmm.
He'll point at the piece that fell out of the chest. The little broken bit of the tool that fell out of the chest.
Maybe we can get it
Roll one.
fixed.
And
I
basically
question
see
how you
where
do the things that
frozen.
you do, but I realize I should probably stop questioning.
I don't even know how I do the things I do.
Fair
Super
point.
shark
It's
power.
a much higher DC now than it was before, but you can attempt a thieves' tool again now with your mended thieves' tools.
Well, you can only go up from an at one.
That is true.
That is true.
You can only go up.
We can only
can
go.
only
up.
go up from here.
Lily,
That
all
must
she's
be
doing
kind.
is, yeah.
Yikes.
All she's doing, all Armine's doing right now is she's continuing to look outside, keeping watch, but she's in one of her hands, just messing with the one half of the bracelet.
Gotcha. It takes you a minute, but you do eventually get it to unlock. It was a 10 at start, but you rolled a nat 1, so it was automatic failure.
Yeah, that counts as failing. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became a 15, so you got it. So, with that being said, let me do this.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna actually walk over
Oh,
to the
no.
bag of scrolls and hand it over to Bhaqull.
Inside this chest are a collection of objects, not gold. What is here? You see 2 large potion bottles with a crimson liquid in them, brighter than you've ever seen. You see 2 ornate rings and a necklace that has 5 red beads attached to it. And you see a gem that is like the gems you saw before, but is yellow and large, and almost seems to have an energy inside of it flowing.
Able cool magic expertise.
Because there's holding a whole bunch of scrolls that he was just given. Looks over there.
So,
Everyone's.
did you pick up the scrolls from the
I
scroll
handed
bag?
the bag. I handed
Okay.
the bag.
Are you looking at the scrolls, or are you just holding the scrolls?
I assume the Bhaqull was just given them as this was opened.
Okay. So you haven't looked at them yet. Got it.
But cool, happy as a clam to have many scrolls.
Which one first?
Your hands are full. I'm going to.
Well, you already have the scrolls in your hand, so
Okay.
Yes, your hands are full.
Bhaqull's gonna like kind of sit down on the floor and then start opening up the scrolls to read them.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check. This should be a base one for all of them.
Oh, where does it? Right there. Oh, that's pretty good.
No problem at all. Using your knowledge of runes and familiarity with magic, you quickly surmise what these 7 scrolls are. If you're prepared, I will tell you what each of them are.
Okay, one second.
Oh my goodness.
Let me open my inventory real quick. Oh, okay.
Okay. 2 of the scrolls are scrolls of mass healing word.
Oh. Okay.
One of the scrolls is a scroll of revivify.
Okay, one second.
One of the scrolls is a scroll of communion.
Okay.
Two of the scrolls are scrolls of. Oh, sorry. Is that not daylight? Hold on one sec. I have to look at it. Hold. Sorry,
Studying
Dawn.
cool noises.
Two of the scrolls are scrolls of dawn.
Dawn. Just Dawn?
Dawn. Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
And the last scroll is a scroll of summon celestial.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So Bhaqull's gonna kind of list those out to everybody, I guess. Kind of put the ones that are together and
Mm-hmm.
Those will be useful.
Varys, roll me an investigation check.
Alright.
To look at the items in this box. All right. Let's say with a 13, you notice that the box is shallower than it is outside.
Oh. Wait.
Cheeky. He's going to slowly place all of the items right next to the chest, and then start knocking on the bottom of it.
You knock and you hear that it is hollow. There's a space on the bottom.
I'm just gonna break it. I'm not just gonna break it. You probably try prying it up with his knife.
Okay, roll me just a general dex.
I can click it.
All right. Inside, as you pry this up, you see that there is a golden lated scroll case.
Oh my god, more scrolls. There's so many scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to take it and set it on the pile with the other scrolls next to Bhaqull and just be like, have
Oh.
another one, I guess.
Oh.
I knew you were giving it to the bookworm.
Bhaqull gonna pick it up and unscroll it and start reading.
It's not a scroll. It's a scroll case.
Oh.
It is latched currently, and you don't see a seam to open it.
Uh-oh.
Gonna look around. Gonna look it over, try to see if he sees anything.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Ooh, yippee.
After a moment, you see that there is a small sigil at the top and bottom, both of which can be pressed in at the same time. And Arcana flows across, and the scroll case opens up sideways, and there's a scroll inside.
Bhaqull looks utterly fascinated. He's gonna read the scroll.
As you look at the scroll, this is a scroll of plane shift.
Oh.
I assume Bhaqull like
no.
roughly knows what that is.
With your Arcana that you rolled before, you're aware that it is high level magic.
Okay. Bhaqull's gonna just like stare at it. He's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna look utterly dumbfounded.
I will say you can tell that the items that are in the chest that Varys pulled out, those items are magical, but you can't tell what they do.
Well, um, these scrolls. He's gonna kind of wave his hand over the ones that he read out. He like said the list of what they were before. I don't know if it's a good idea if I use for specific reasons.
Oh, well, the healing ones in the Revivify should go to Flemeth.
Well,
Should.
it might not be a terrible idea for someone else to have one of them, depending on if they could potentially cast it. But yes, most of those are kind of Flemethy.
I do.
This one
I believe-
though.
Yeah, I can't believe there's a duck this far into the water.
I heard that. It wasn't me.
That one.
I don't entirely know what it does, but this is a lot. This
What
is
about it?
big.
What about it? Do you know then?
It's a spell called Plane Shift, which is probably not as self-explanatory as it seems. You know.
I will say, Arden, actually, roll me a history check.
Okay.
I was gonna say, that man's been dealing with fucking Genasi for the majority of his life.
I fucking.
It is. I will say, even with a lower roll, it sounds familiar to you, and it sounds like something you've heard back in the tribe before. Not necessarily the spell, but at least the idea of plane shifting.
I think one of the old folks mentioned something similar to it, but I mean, I can only really take your word for it. I don't really dabble much into that kind of thing.
I most specifically mean that this is a high level spell.
Then I definitely don't want to dabble with that.
But we should probably all know that it exists. But I think I'll keep this one with me. Unless someone wants it really badly.
Does anyone want a scroll of plane shifting?
Probably best in Bhaqull's hands currently.
Yeah. Duck?
The duck agrees with us apparently. There's now suddenly a duck in the room.
Okay, well, you can keep the scroll then. I don't
All
think
of these
anyone
ones,
else
though,
particularly wants.
I don't want to try casting. I don't want to know what happens if I try that.
Probably
Especially
save
this
it for.
one. And he points at
Probably
the
save
Summon
it for a
Celestial
rainy
one.
day.
I will say, at least with the scrolls, you don't feel the aversion you felt with the sword.
They don't feel bad, but I just don't know what would happen.
Well, then, do you want to
So
split
maybe
them
we'll
up?
take the celestial one so she doesn't use so much of her magic.
Cole will just kind of hold out the scrolls that he has. So once again, this is there's 2 scrolls of Mass Healing Word, 1 scroll of Revivify, 1 scroll of Communion, 2 scrolls of Dawn, and 1 scroll of Summon Celestial.
That's a lot of shit.
Really,
I will
realistically,
say, it was a 25 to find that cache. And you rolled a 25 because of the guidance.
a 25.
So the guidance got it for you.
Duncan and Flemeth, these feel like more you two something could do with them. So decide amongst yourselves.
Well, if they decide, should we look at the other items that
We
were
might
sort of dumped out of the chest?
need them. So you two talk about that. I guess I'll look at the other things. That they're magic at least. I know that much. Oh, get up and go look at them. See if there's anything more to it.
Without the casting of Identify, you're unable to discern at this point.
He doesn't have that.
Yep.
I don't know what these
What
are.
were the items on the ground again?
The ones that were in the chest,
Mm-hmm.
there were 2 large potions, there were 2 rings, and there was a necklace with 5 red pearls, and then there was a large yellow gem with an energy inside it.
I
Yeah,
assume I wouldn't have seen anything similar to these before.
Roll me another history check.
I'm not gonna
Fine, go on.
Fucking
You gotta do it.
2.
I can't roll for shit today.
Tragic. Nope, you don't recognize any of them.
Okay, got it.
Duncan will actually walk over to the crystal with the aura, the magic coming from it, and take a look at it.
Okay, let me know check.
Yeah, okay. Fucking failing. No.
It's pretty.
The red beads that are on the necklace, are they ruidium?
They don't appear to be, no.
Okay.
In fact, you get the impression that all of this was locked away well before ruidium even existed.
Right, then.
Well, I mean, if we have no idea, do we want to just store them away for now, or should it be at least? I mean, those potions.
Sure.
It's redder than a normal healing potions. The potions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're a very vibrant crimson color.
Right, well, at least take the potions out.
Yeah, I mean, I could hold on to one of them. I don't know, just whatever. Let's just divvy this up
Duncan
and then
take those 2 out and close up the chest and put it into the bag. We spent enough time here. We've got to.
Probably best to get going before.
Well, we still need to figure out how to get in because we don't have enough that, point at the axe that Shark has.
A reminder that your current quest was just to retrieve the key and return.
Well, didn't we get what we came here for? Which, I mean, was the axe itself, right?
Oh. Right.
Let's go.
Technically, we can leave and go back to see the nice light of day. Hopefully.
Why do you have to curse it?
I'm.
You just had to say. You had to breathe it into life.
I'm sorry. Okay, I don't like being underwater like this.
You should go.
Yes.
Get everything packed up and stuff. Bhaqull will go pick up the scrolls for now.
God. How long has it been since we took the potions when we first re-entered the water?
It doesn't matter.
I'm
Would you like to tell them why it doesn't matter?
No. I'm a RP this bitch out.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna drown. You're gonna die.
What do you mean it doesn't
Man.
matter?
Stop out the light. Stop out the light.
The potions will have run out while you're in the temple, yes.
And our mind's been keeping watch this whole time. She's been staying away from everyone, too.
So, that all sorted, everything packed up? In the
We should.
bag of holding?
I've got the scrolls just on me. Well, actually, I don't know if these ones are water.
I'll take one of the healing scrolls.
Okay, you'll hand one. He's gonna.
If you want to keep them, we can put them in the bag
I'll-
or basement.
We can. You put them in the bag for now. Then we'll sort out where they go later.
Yeah.
Bhaqull, I need you to make me a very, very important intelligence check.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay. I want to make it clear. We're not putting the bag in the basement.
Okay, maybe you don't need to make the intelligence
I want to make it clear. When we were saying, he said bag or the basement, not bag in the basement.
No, because I even understand.
If it happens, it happens. I'm just.
He said bag or the basement, not bag in the basement. That's a very important distinction of words.
Lulu had to make sure.
Enunciate, Duncan, enunciate. Or God's gonna drop the rock on us. And I don't mean Johnson.
Right. Moving on.
Moving on.
You gather up all your things, pack it away as you will into your new Corellian-styled bag of holding,
Fancy.
and make your way to the edge of the barrier. At which time, those of you who were using your potions for breathing underwater realize the effects aren't still there.
Duncan is immediately going to pick up Arden
Why?
and walk outside with him.
Why me?
Oh,
And drop
just
him.
Our mind's already there.
What? He's just gonna cover his mouth, holding his breath.
As you do, buddy boy, you realize you can breathe underwater and swim just fine as long as you're within 30 feet of me.
What's going on? This is. Well, no, it's about the same.
I assume you're doing. I assume you did something, right, Duncan? He's not drowning out there.
No.
I mean, I'm speaking just fine.
Oh, right.
How am I
And
speaking
he'll
just fine
tap
underwater?
the
without-
necklace. As long as you all remain within 30 feet of me, you can swim normally and breathe just fine.
I can do that on my own.
A
Oh,
slight
God, you go in the water.
warning before you take me into the deep sea with just. Okay. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Remember that for beach day.
You see steam rising off of him.
Wait, off of art?
Yeah.
Like a
Your hair heats up a bit.
You're like a bubbler.
Careful, you might boil the ocean.
I don't think I'm going to boil the ocean with my hair, okay?
Come on.
I'm gonna get that hot.
Let's
Only if
head
you,
back the way we
you
came.
get really angry.
All right. Who is leading us for the return trek? Duncan again?
Yeah.
Survival check.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Advantage. No
In the
advantage.
meantime, no advantage on this because you're still in your natural environment. In the meantime, I need someone to helm perception as you go. Just one person.
Armin!
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
volunteer
Armine.
Armin!
I fallen
I'm
cold
here.
Armine.
I volunteer Armand, the person who went out early while you guys started shifting through treasure.
That's not why I'm volunteering you.
You have goggles. Roll
You
your
have the
advantage.
Alrighty. Yippee skippy.
The advantage didn't.
Without any issues at all, you becoming more comfortable with this space, having done this trek a few times, you skirt well around the kelp forest. You dip in between the rows of rock maze and make your way through them expertly, remembering the path you took before. And you arrive back into the dryness on the other side. All of you away from the dangers in the deep, where you can now head up the stairs back to Ank'Harel.
As they're going up the giant staircase, Duncan will explain the rest of the necklace.
Let's.
So, fun fact, aside from that, I could teleport one of you at least 30 feet away in an unoccupied... Wait, is it 30 or is it 15?
15.
Is it... Okay. I could teleport one of you about 15 feet away from me, and when you guys pop back up, a giant, brilliant light will blind anyone in 5 feet of you. So, have fun with that. I might just teleport you for the fucking...
I don't want to be a
That's like-
flashbang.
And
Yeah,
Duncan's going to turn and look down at Bhaqull with the biggest shark grin and go, "You just voluntold yourself."
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't sound that bad. It's not like you just teleport us up in the air
You're
or
already
something.
fiery enough. Less of a flashbang, more like a solar flare.
And that's the fun part about it.
Please tell me to close my eyes first.
It doesn't blind you, it blinds
Oh.
others.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
You can
maybe
tell
then.
who's from-
I can think of a few things I could do. That would make that interesting.
Right. As for this gold that we have in the chest, as he pats the bag of holding, we'll divvy this up once we get back to the soul.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Even the duck agrees.
Hate this.
Plymouth, I thought it was a raven queen.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had
Damn
to.
it.
I'm sorry, I had to.
A necklace identified as it was the gem, but none of us seem to know what the fuck it is.
All right. As Duncan is explaining the necklace to you, you all see light for the first time in about 2+ days. As you are stepping up to the top of the hole in the Sigil District. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is still up and people are still buzzing.
Bhaqull's just gonna pull the hood of his cloak up.
God, I thought
Insane.
I would never like seeing the light.
Our mind just
I love
It-
seeing
it-
the
it-
light.
it's
covering her
kinda bright.
horns and with her hood and just continuing a walk.
Kind of fairy bright.
Right, let's make our way back.
We should get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We should definitely get back.
Half the party, yay, light. The other half the party pulling their hoods up, ew, sun.
True.
No, it's just one person. Duncan is also in the club of fuck the sun.
It's just me. It's just me.
It's just
Yeah.
Arden doesn't like it down there.
Flemeth
All right.
actually gives her cloak to Duncan to shield his eyes.
Plymouth without a cloak. Oh my god.
As Flemeth walks along, now obvious amongst the street, being one of the tallest people in the city, because furbolgs are like 7 foot tall.
Actually, they're 8 feet tall.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh!
larg.
Big
Lord.
women. Bhaqull's gonna follow Plymouth.
Do you all make your way back to the Temple of the Mentor?
Yeah.
Didn't we take the horse?
Yeah, we're taking the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get on the horse.
I'm
Uh,
not
you-
riding the horse. I'm riding
You
my
hop on
trick.
your carriage
I'm riding my trick.
as Arden tosses a piece of jerky in the air, and out jumps Spark, who, after eating the jerky, jumps on Arden and begins to lick him.
Yes, yes.
Like a giant scaly puppy.
Yes, I miss you too. Hopefully, I never have to go down there again and leave you. You wouldn't have liked it anyways,
You
but
just enjoy breathing it into existence, don't you?
yes, yes, I do. Really,
Bhaqull's
because we're
going to
probably
take
going
this
to
time
go
to
there.
pet the horse. Seabiscuit gets pets too.
I
Does a
might
little
just go
whinny.
pet Moonlight.
Yes.
Happy to see you as well.
Yes.
Little bat flies down and lands on your shoulder.
She's silently petting it.
All the animal companions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When I am the animal companion.
I am the animal.
Like a beautiful Disney princess.
I just see
Oh.
Duncan break out in the song. Just see Duncan break out in this song.
Desert now. He can start singing the stupid song.
Ade me a night and
Oh.
No, not even. It's a. I can show
You the word.
and also
Heading back
honey,
to
yes.
the Y'all site.
Yep.
No.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
As you arrive to the Temple of the Mentor, you see a new sight. Usually there's 1 or 2 guards posted out front. Today there are 10.
Oh.
Oh no, something happened.
Speaking of, something happened. Guess Arden went right up to the guards.
One of them looks up, gives you a nod. Good that you're back. The summit is taking place. The High Curator has asked that you make your way up to the top floor. But please, don't speak when you enter.
Okay.
Understood.
2 of the guards break off and actually escort you up the stairs. As you make your way to this room that you've been in many times, this portal room, flanking the front door are 4 individuals who just exude a pressure. Armine and Varys.
Oh no.
No, both of you being very martial focused, you get that these 4 individuals, innately you feel that they are powerful individuals. Their stance, the way they hold themselves, they leave no openings. They have a pressure just around them. These are superior guards.
Armine's just gonna at that sight, she's going to stick so close to Varys that it's almost like she's holding onto his arm at this point. She is looking down.
Like a monkey.
She's you'll if anyone even stares at her, she's going to look down. immediately.
To that end, you actually look to see if any of them are staring at you, and with your glasses on, realize that all 4 of them have white, plain irises. They're all blind.
Oh boy, that just sets her even more.
As the 2 give a respectful nod to the 4, they step back, and one of them reaches over and opens the door and gives a small nod for you to enter.
Duncan will go in.
Harden will
Alarm
just
and-
nod back and go in.
As you all enter into this space, you see the long table that was in this meeting room before is now filled with people, and there are people all over the room taking up different spaces. You actually see Question on the back side of the room as she sort of just waves you over and gives you like a symbol, like a shh, puts her finger over her mouth.
Duncan will make his way over to her.
Everyone in this room is wearing clothes with the insignia of the Cobalt Soul, but you can clearly see a number of distinct factions. You see the High Curator at one end of the table, the one you've come to know, Jamil. You see that there is a Tabaxi woman sitting on the right side, and to her right, a tall elven man. Across the table from them, a squat, older-looking, full-beard dwarf. And to his left, a human who looks ancient, a woman. As they continue to discuss, your entrance into the room not disturbing them, the elven man speaks up and says, "You must understand, High Curator Jamil, that the issues among all of Exandria are growing greatly, and we are all aware what might be the cause." The dwarven man goes, "And we can't keep ignoring the issues in Amon. Taldore will suffer more if the Terra and Pyra shrines are not held. The elements are at work here, and the Ashari can only do so much." Duncan, being from Taldore, you actually recognize some of what they're talking about. Given that the Pyra shrine is not very far from where you used to live. And in fact, you know that the Ashari are a people, a druidic people, who protect these shrines that are usually portals between the different elemental planes. The Pyra shrine being where the fire elemental plane is opened up, not far away from your hometown.
Duncan's gonna clench a fist really tight, but grit it.
The older-looking lady across the table speaks up. "And we must not forget the struggle we have in Wildmount. The Cerberus Assembly and the Dwindalian Empire are growing in power every day, and they will use whatever chaos this causes to their advantage. The war with Jorhas and them, it's only going to get worse." Those of you from Wildmount, specifically from the Dwindalian Empire, remember the different wars that have occurred across Wildmount between the Dwindalian Empire, which are co-led by the Cerberus Assembly, and Jorhas, where you all met up. As the mountain range between the two is a frequent battlefield. This is the war, one of the wars that Duncan and Bhaqull fought in.
Yeah. Bhaqull looks a bit more uncomfortable now than usual.
High Curator Jamil speaks up. "I am well aware of the issues throughout the lands, and we are doing our best to figure out what exactly this Netherdeep is and why it is affecting Exandria so much. However, things have become more complicated by the war beginning between the tribes again. And a illusory screen in the middle of the area sort of flickers to life as you see the fire serpent that you all ran away from moving across the sands. And beside the fire serpent, riding alongside on flaming hounds, are a number of fire genasi. They are flanked by salamanders and Ifriti, an army of the fire plane. And then it flicks again to a giant earthen titan rising up from another area of the desert sands, this time flanked by earth elementals and earth genasi. I fear we are unable to avoid the coming conflict between the genasi tribes.
Oh no.
The Silken Squall has offered aid, as the Air Genasi have always remained neutral, and they are moving closer to the city now. They are trying to make a negotiation happen, but tensions are rising in the Panagrip Sands, and it seems the Fire Genasi are prepared for a full invasion of Earth Genasi lands. To make matters worse, the Tabaxi speaks up. There are some contention amongst those of Vasselheim. The great churches have been noting a number of dissonance within our flock. Flemeth, you are well aware of what Vasselheim is, it being the city, the first city, where many of the major religions are held to have their main churches at. It is a very religious place, and its armies are vast. The dissonance in Vasselheim grows as the elemental powers become more uneased. If something is not done soon, we may have to seek drastic measures, High Curator Jamil. He sighs deeply. We are doing our best. We have a team that should be back any time now with information about what it is we're facing and why these things are occurring. Once I have information, fellow High Curators, I will provide it to you. The older woman again speaks. Whatever it is, just be sure that it is provided quickly and that no information leaks to the Cerberus Assembly. There are rumors that they are moving in Marquette, and we do not need Ludinus Deleth getting his hands involved in another power grab. Those of you who are from the Dwendalian Empire are well aware of the name Ludinus Deleth. He is considered by most to be the highest archmage of the time, and is one of the head archmages of the Cerberus Assembly, leading it de facto-ly. The High Curators nod to each other, and the dwarf says over, "This needs to be handled immediately. We will return to our respective realms for now. If you need aid, you call for it." They all nod. And after a moment of small discussion between each one, the groups begin to separate and head to the different portals and head back to their lands. You see one group return through the portal that heads to Wildmount, another to Asilra, another to Taldore. Before you are left with just yourselves and the last few monks of the branch here in Ank'Harel. some of them dissipate out and leave the room. And Jamil finally notices you all at the back of the room and just breathes a heavy sigh and nods and waves you forward.
Duncan will approach.
So will
Pick
Arden.
up the axe off of his
Follow.
out of the holster.
Armand's gonna be the last one falling behind.
Right. I suppose you were all privy to all of that lovely information.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't enjoy exactly hearing that an elemental plane portal is going to crack open near my hometown, so...
Not just one, and not just your hometown. It seems the world is in a precipice of destabilization. We believe that something is aggravating the portal, the Netherdeep. And given our theories that the Netherdeep should never have existed, we believe that it is interfering with the planes and therefore causing issues for the elements,
Well,
making this threat much greater.
we have good news.
Good news is good news. What do you have?
We got the key.
That is amazing news. Where is it? What is it?
That part we might want to discuss in private.
To my chambers, then. And he snaps the fingers, and everyone leaves the room, and he goes to the side door and clicks a panel on the wall, and the door slides open. It looked as if it was just a wall, but now it is a hallway down to his office.
Well,
He brings you all in as you sit down.
follow along.
As you all enter the room, he sets a bag on the table. First of all, payment. I promised you 1,000 gold coins, and 1,000 gold coins you will have.
Oh,
And
I-
sets that on the table.
Thank you.
Now, what have you found? What have you learned? Everything you know would be very useful.
Well,
First off, there was a group called the Misfits. Did they come through here?
They were brought in by some of our exaltants.
Did you let them go back to Wildmount?
They are being cleared first.
Hmm.
We need to be sure that
Makes
they
a lot of
aren't
sense.
first corrupted and spreading a corruption, and second, not actually spies for the Brilliant Dream. Not that we don't trust you all, we've just dealt with them a long time.
I understand.
Hmm.
But I imagine a day or two they'll be back in Wildmount. I've already spoken to the High Curator at the branch in Bazazan. They will be taken to Rasahana and given safe passage there to go where they please through Zorhas after they relinquish their weapons.
That's the bit of bad news.
Right?
He'll hold up the battle axe. This is a key.
And we need anyone that goes in needs one.
Kind of presses his hand against his forehead and just sighs deeply. Oh, that is bad news. Fortunately for all of you, or unfortunately, depending on how you take this, we recovered enough raw ruidium from the break-in at the first light in to prepare weapons.
Good and bad, I guess.
It will take some time.
Depends on how you look at it.
You will have a week, if not more, to sort yourselves, do anything else you'd like to do. There's a lot of things going on right now. But if he just scoots closer and just gets real intense, I need all of your help. I know what I'm asking a lot. But the Netherdeep cannot exist any longer. If it does, there's no telling what damage will be caused to Exandria. There's no telling how many lives will be lost in the process, and there's no telling what happens of the person you've been chasing. What's most important is that we get in there and destroy it for good. I theorize, and some of the other High Curators theorize, that this corruption that's been spreading will disappear with it, hopefully. We don't know that for sure. We're working on our plans, but if the lot of you are willing to go, willing to take on this monumental ask, you would, first of all, obviously have great gratitude from us. But I could offer you 2,000 gold each. And that doesn't even feel like enough.
At this point, it's not about payment. I think I can safely say, for the lot of us, it's about seeing this through to the end.
We've
We're
gone
all
too
tied.
deep to give this up.
We're all tied to this fate. We have to go.
All right. In that case...
Though, I guess, it's everyone's decision. If you don't want to go, then none of us are going to punish you.
Akira, didn't you say you already collected some weapons?
We have the short sword that you all brought back before.
Are there no other branch managers who have any blades that they've collected?
Not ones that haven't been locked away under many wards. It would take much longer to remove those wards than it would be to just make the weapons with the raw material. That being said...
The short sword, has it been warded?
It has not.
Don't.
Short sword is available. I can also make 4 other weapons with the raw materials, if you tell me what sort of weapon you need.
It's not a matter of the weapon, it's attunement.
Well, then give me 4 items, and I'll have them made. But you need to tell me what form you want me to make them into. Just go down the list here. Duncan, you have the battle axe. Who's taking the short sword?
I mean, who besides me really uses short swords?
If no one else does, then it's yours.
I guess I'll take the short sword.
He goes across the room where there's a heavy metal lock case. He flips up like 12 different locks on it and flips it open. Grabbing the cloth around the blade, he holds it out to you.
Arden is going...
Arden, you and I will take tonight, and I'll help you attune to it.
Yeah, okay. Hearing that, he's going to take Duncan's advice, and while taking it, he's going to make sure the cloth is wrapped around and in between his hand and the plate.
All right. Then, Aramine, I guess I'll ask you. What shape would you like your hell to be formed in? Bad joke, I know, but...
If you can form it into a lance.
Can do that. Are you sure you want to use a lance of iridium? The one you have in your back looks rather special.
Remember, it's just about attunement.
That
Online,
doesn't
it
have
could
to be a weapon.
anything.
Mm,
Can make it into a ring or necklace as well.
Make it into a ring, Hakirito. It'll be easier for her.
Yeah.
Alright. A ring for you, and Bhaqull.
Necklace.
Understood. Plymouth. A ring. Alright, and Varus.
Knife should be fine.
Alright. 2 rings, 2 necklaces then. Very well. Like I said, it'll be about 7 days before any of that's ready. So you have your money, you have plenty of time to prepare, and if there's any of these goings-ons around that you need to be involved in, then by all means.
Do you
I will
have a
send a
good
letter.
appraiser here?
We do, yes. Believe you've made use of their services before.
I figured it was them.
Yes.
Before they leave, is there any chance we can see the misfits?
Unfortunately not. They're not actually here.
Ah.
They weren't allowed to go back to Wildmount. They were actually taken to the branch in Taldore. They are currently in Amman.
Did
Okay.
they
Thank you.
hand over the chains to you?
Yes. The slave bounds that the Vermilion Dreams resorted to using.
They were the only possible way they could have gotten those is from the Underdark. Apparently,
Yes, from...
someone
We're well
said
aware
the
of
Din
who they are.
Master. Yes, the House of the Din Master.
Hadrian Salore, the Den Master. He's worked with a number of unsavory types, and the Cobalt Soul has been aware of him for a number of years. We've been at odds with his slavers. I believe the Bright Queen in Shorehas even labeled him an outlaw, deemed that he should be killed on sight if ever found above land. But he still remains in the Underdark a threat.
At least he's being looked at, not as able to escape back to his fucking hole.
Well,
There's something else you should know.
yes.
We found out something interesting, going by the same name. Fuck, I can't remember his name again. What was his name? The man.
Alexian?
Alexian, thank you. I forgot it. Going by the same name of Alexian, there's an aboleth.
You're likely going to have to deal with that.
That's what I was afraid of.
I've heard that it guards the portal. I'm not sure if there's some way to trick it. If it is believing itself to be Alexian, maybe its mind is addled too by the corruption. But if not, then you need to prepare for a difficult fight.
Any tips?
If you can find any item of mind shielding, it would be incredibly useful against it. They have powerful psionic abilities. They're able to enthrall people.
We experienced a fraction of that.
I imagine anything I know about regular aboleths is dwarfed by the idea of this one being corrupted as it is.
Hmm.
So, my only advice is run if it gets too difficult.
Can do.
Understood.
I'm going to get to work on the items. If you need something in the meantime, direct your questions to question.
Answers go to question.
Correct.
Got it.
Bhaqull, start heading out.
Armand's already fucking heading out and already gone.
Actually, if he's not gone yet, one more thing. How much longer until the two? I don't want them to. I know how our tribes view each other, but theoretically, how much longer do we have for that? Because I saw, that weird fire serpent in the.
If you're talking about how long until a clash occurs between the
Yes.
tribes,
Yes.
I expect 3 to 4 days if negotiations fall through with the Silken Squall.
I hope they don't.
You could always certainly try. It seems you're at least from the tribe, I'm imagining. Maybe you could have
Yes.
some sway, convince them to call it off, or find some other negotiation tactic.
I could maybe help with the fire genasi, but the earth genasi, I don't know if they'd even listen to me.
Well, from our understanding, it's the Fire Genasi who are attacking, so...
Of course it is, those hot-headed bastards. Okay. Thank you for the information.
Of course. I do sincerely wish you well in that if you do get involved. Because if you're successful, that'll be one less problem for all of us.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to, I might have to. Whew, and then
Alright.
Arda's gonna walk away.
A lot of you return back into the main portal room. Question is not here currently. He's been seen to other duties, so it's just you right now.
I'm gonna go see the Asimo. Get these appraised. Oh, should probably divvy out the cash.
Probably.
Probably. We should go to one of our rooms to do that, though.
Yeah.
Also, probably good.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna take a walk, and she's just gonna.
You'll
out.
separate yours out and put it in your room.
Yeah.
That works.
Same for you, Varys, if you want to go with her, or if she is inviting you to do so.
Gotta make sure she's okay.
Probably a good idea.
Bhaqull will go to the rooms. You'll just go to
So-
whichever one's closest.
Duncan will just head to his room, just 'cause it's easier
Yep.
for him. He just knows where it is.
I think Duncan's actually his closest anyway, so...
Go to Duncan's room.
Does Bhaqull want Plymouth to go with her? Go with them?
It's implied that everyone can go.
Oh, okay.
It's implied that everyone was going.
So Arden, Plymouth, Duncan, and Bhaqull enter into Duncan's room with a lot of money and trinkets. Briefly after you enter, Duncan, you hear a knock at your door.
Come in.
And just waltzing in is the ASMR.
Right.
I heard you had need of my services. Question found me.
Yes, we have these. And he'll take out the chest and open it up with the 2 rings, necklace, and the gem.
Give me just a few minutes with these, and I'll bring them right back.
Understood. Thank you.
Takes the collection and walks out for a bit as you divvy up your money.
So we have effectively 5,000 now in gold coin / plat.
That is correct.
Okay.
To divvy out.
So we have 5,000 gold, quote unquote, in value.
Yeah. Between 7 people.
Someone math that.
Well,
Wait,
6
7?
people.
Isn't it 6? Is it
6,
7?
sorry.
5,000.
It's 6 people.
6, yeah, 6.
Someone math that.
I'm just gonna do a simple 5,000 divided by 6.
So each of us gets roughly about 833 gold pieces.
Yes.
Is that just the coins?
That would be just the coins, I believe.
That's just the coins, because then we
Okay.
also have the diamonds and or / other jewels.
That was how much? again?
So
How many?
It was what was the number? No, I mean the gold. How much was the number for the gold?
Oh, 833.
833, okay.
God, can we just convert that to platinum? Which would be like,
Yes, if you want, you can convert it as you wish.
what would that be? That would be 83 platinum and 3 gold. How much is
88 platinum and 3 gold.
88 platinum?
Is it 883?
No, it's 833.
33.
Oh, so 83 platinum and
Yeah.
3 gold.
Okay. I have to do math.
calculators are godsends.
So now you get to do and now we get to figure out what the gems. Which remember, gems are also sometimes useful for
Yeah,
Spells.
well,
Spell
Flemeth
components.
Flemeth already took 2 diamonds.
Yes.
Diamonds.
So there are
Um,
four diamonds worth 300 gold each. Still in there.
Do we have 3 gold left as a spare, or did it all get converted into platinum?
No,
With your
it's
split, you
worth-
would get 83 platinum and 3 gold.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
So for the gems, you have 4 left that are 300 gold worth diamonds. You have 2 sapphires worth 200 gold each. You have 1 ruby worth 300 gold. And you have 1 emerald worth 200 gold.
Okay.
Oh, and 1 onyx worth 100 gold.
Before we divvy up the gems, does anyone need these for any forms of spells or anything?
let me think about that.
I would need to actually look, but I don't think so.
You shoot a gun.
I don't just shoot a gun. I primarily shoot a
No.
gun, but
I don't think any
I
of
don't
my
believe.
spells involve gems. Flemeth's might.
I know she already took 2 of the diamonds, so if anything, we should probably hold on to those.
Diamonds might be good for her specifically.
probably hold on to those.
Yeah.
The rest, though, I don't think we need right now, at least.
No.
But we also don't need.
Actually,
We
he'll
have a
reach down
lot
and
of
pluck-
money.
He'll reach down and pluck the ruby out. I'm gonna keep this one.
Fair enough. What was left over? I think it was 2 sapphires, 1 emerald. I forget what the other ones. If there was even any other ones besides the ruby and the diamonds. God.
Say again, sorry?
There's 2
Beside.
sapphire, 1 ruby, emerald, and an onyx.
Okay,
correct.
so left over is the 2 sapphires, the emerald, and the
2
onyx.
sapphire, emerald, and the onyx. Yes.
And then obviously the 4 diamonds.
But we're gonna
Well,
save
no,
those.
we're save those.
We're saving those
Yeah.
for Plymouth. We're giving those to Plymouth. I'll. Yes, I could take the emerald if no one else wants it.
Go
It
for
looks
it.
pretty.
Look,
Say that again.
Flemeth here. And he'll hand Flemeth the 4 diamonds. Hold on to those because you seem to need them for a spell or something, so might as well.
Yeah, I had to use, I think an emerald to bring you back.
Emerald or diamond?
I thought
I don't remember what it was.
It'll say in the spell.
It's a diamond if you're talking about Revivify.
Yeah. Right, well, regardless. You already took 2 diamonds, so we're just leaving the diamonds aside for you. So. Outside of that, anyone else can take whatever they need.
I don't really need
Could I-
anything else.
Duncan, can I have the sword again? The holy one?
I mean, it's not for your church. I was going to return it to the Carillions' church after we were done here. So I'm
I
planning to
know,
visit
but I
a certain
wanted to
shop.
look at it one more time for something.
Sure, no problem. And he'll pull the sword out and hand it to her.
By the way, we never got that person that we would need for the deal you made with the.
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
You know, maybe I'm just spitballing here.
The
You
door
could find
swings
some.
open, and the Asmar comes in and sets the items down.
She's just say the rest, and Duncan said, "You could find someone actually willing."
He'll respond with, I'm planning on it.
Thank you.
All right. You have a ring of psychic resistance,
Cool.
a ring of mind shielding, a necklace of fireballs, and a gem of air elemental summoning.
Oh,
And these 2 potions are superior healing potions. High quality ones at that.
Thank you for that.
She turns on her heel and she just walks out, the door closing behind her.
right.
Well, now we have more things to.
Well, those are
Divvy up.
good.
Those are good.
He's
We
gonna
should-
pick up the ring of psychic resistance and hand it to Bhaqull. Here.
I believe there
Ah.
is danger.
He's gonna hold it. Why me specifically?
Well, I mean, you got that giant headache from touching that crystal. You probably shouldn't have.
Oh, right.
Plus, and he's gonna tap the one hand that you did use. I'm gonna need to teach you how to deal with this.
Right. He's just gonna kind of hold said hand.
Is there a way to remove it?
I think so. The gods didn't tell me.
Oh, hey, wait. He's gonna finally pull out the other glove that Flemeth gave him and put that on. Now I can finally match.
Oh,
Guys.
Well,
Still can hold your hand though.
Yeah.
He's gonna point at Arden. You and I, we're gonna be spending the night together.
Okay. I guess I need to figure out what to.
Sleep over.
Yeah, the sword.
So what do you want to do with the rest of these?
Well, the mind shielding, I don't. Anyone can use that if they want. And the necklace
It's just
was
kind
a
of
necklace
whoever
of
the-
fireballs.
It was a necklace of fireballs, yes.
Hey, look,
It has 5 fireball gems on it that can be taken off and thrown to cast a fireball.
You wanna fling some spells there, Sparky?
No, I mean it wouldn't be that bad, but I don't think I need it as much, seeing as how I can already cause quite a bit of fire.
If no one has any objections, I'll be glad to take the elemental summoning crystal.
Works with me.
Thumbs up.
Actually, you know what? I'll take the necklace. Might save it for a rainy day.
He'll pick up the gem and put it into the bag of holding. And he'll leave the chests out and in his room and just put the gold into the bag of holding.
Did anyone put on the ring of mind shielding?
Yeah.
Or did anyone take it?
I believe, wasn't it given to Bhaqull? No,
No.
that was the
Psychic.
psychic.
Existence
That was.
cool.
I don't think anyone put on the mind shielding one.
Okay.
No.
Bhaqull hasn't put on the psychic one yet.
Okay.
Duncan, if nobody's going to take it, Duncan will just pick it up and put it in the bag of holding for now.
All right. As you guys are looking and sorting loot and figuring out gold, we're going to go to Armine and Varys.
Oh, yippee.
Where have you wandered off to, Armine?
She has been walking. She's been walking around, and she's staying in the Cobalt Soul, but she is just walking, and she to others looks really pissed off. And she looks really tired.
I'll say, Varys, you catch up to her rather quickly.
She's gonna stop, and if there's where she wandered off to is kind of like a balcony area.
Yeah, and there's several along the top side that look down into the deeper library.
Mm-hmm. I thought we were rid of shit from home. Why is it coming back?
Because some people are actually dumb enough to actually have relations with them.
In the Din House, of all things.
As much as we both hate it, suddenly slave trade's one of the best profits for down there.
I know. But if they have that, that's not good, because they have more of those bracelets than they could probably supply.
Well, that's a
probably going
good
to
thing.
do that again.
Well, that's a good thing I'm actually good at breaking them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just walked off.
I ought to be surprised that's all you did.
I'm not going to just... There's nothing we can do about it. We also saved them from a fate probably worse than that. If they'd kept those bracelets on, or if they'd kept the chains there. You always were good at breaking them, though.
You spend your life wrapped in chains, you learn how to break them.
Hey, wait a minute. Does that mean I could have broken them a long time ago?
I mean, that would have been your choice.
I couldn't. Mm.
What are we gonna do? We have 7 days to literally stop something that I don't think we've ever seen or experienced before.
Mm. Well, we quite literally have literal thousands of gold now, as well as technically we're getting some admittedly unsavory new equipment.
Mm,
We do what we always do and prepare, get supplies, get equipment, make sure everything's good to go. Plan accordingly if we can actually find anything about whatever the fuck that thing is. And then just get rid of it.
And then what? If we get rid of it, then what happens next?
Open to a portal to the unknown to save someone we don't even fucking know. Apparently.
Mm. Why was I chosen for this? For these? For the spear? Why? I don't get it.
Because gods are weird. They don't make sense.
Mm. I mean, with all we've seen now, it just seems like gods cause more destruction than they do save people. Or they tell people. Whatever. Mm.
I have no idea. I just leave it, gods are weird.
And yet we have, I think, 2 people that are very much privy to gods. Or at least are very much chosen.
That doesn't make me change my statement. I think it's just more proof.
Hmm. Yet I think if they weren't around, or if anyone wasn't, I think we would have probably died back, way back in the... Mm. When I first went down into that very weird fleshy place in the first town. Ugh. Still remembering that. Hey, Varys?
Mm.
Mm. I... Mm. Mm. It is a stupid question, but... Why did you continue to stay and help me back when we were coming out? When we were escaping?
Mm.
I mean, I'll be honest, there was a lot of pretty girls and pretty guys that... Well, mainly girls that would stare at you and... Mm.
You seem to see things I never do, and it's rather odd.
It's because sometimes I just stay silent. I That's kind of what you're supposed to do. When you're always ordered around and, told what to do, you kind of, just shut up and listen. That, or you're just always looking out for yourself or to make sure you live another day.
Mm.
And are you scared of all this? What we're
I
going
would have
to
to
do?
have to be able to understand half of this to be afraid of it.
From what I can tell, we're probably going to go into the literal depths of something. And we might not come back.
That's what I'll always say. I'll take anywhere compared to the chains.
Yeah. I think I'd say the same. Anywhere that's better than home. Being beside you is, I think, the best thing, but that's just my opinion.
Well, then we just keep wandering blindly, perhaps, into whatever sort of chaos this is about to bring us through.
I
After
think
all, not knowing what comes next is, I guess, part of being free, is it not?
to be honest, if we make it through this, I don't know what comes next.
Precisely. That's what makes sense to anything.
I think there's an endless amount of possibilities that could come next.
And that is the joy of it all. Instead of being stuck in the routine like I was, it's a matter of what in the hell is going to happen this time.
Especially with it seems like our little group gets into more trouble than anyone.
I'm sure there's worse people out there.
Oh, 100% that there is. I'm not saying that I'm not saying also that they're saints. Because let's see. Sharkman, Bhaqull, Flemeth.
I mean, in terms of the amount of trouble, but sure, that too.
Might also, when we get back, might want to visit the tavern again that we went to. And maybe stay here for a little bit to keep in touch with a friend.
Mm.
Can't believe she came all the way out here.
We all scattered to the far corners after all. That was kind of the idea.
Yet you decided to tag along with me. Well, maybe it was the other way around. I tagged along with you, technically. You never said no, either.
Freedom enjoys company.
So you enjoy my company.
Have I ever stated otherwise?
No.
Exactly.
It seems like you were very dead set on keeping me around. Because I think by now you would have tried to get rid of me.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I seem to cause a lot of trouble for you.
I think out of everyone that we've been with recently, you've caused the least amount of trouble for me.
Are you sure?
Do you want me to start going down the list? I'll start going down the list.
No, I don't want you to go down the list. Well, I mean, depends on what you call the list of that. I mean, I think I still do far crazier stuff that people could probably perceive as bad.
So does everyone.
So do you, apparently, doorman.
I will throw you over my shoulder, little one.
You both
Ah,
hear
come
a
on.
soft
Ah!
as a question is standing there.
Um.
I didn't
Hi.
mean to interrupt this.
You didn't.
Do you know where Duncan and the rest of you all are? I was gonna give you an update on things.
I think they're in his or one of their rooms. I think in his room though. I think
All right.
everyone went there to sort out some things.
Oh, do I need to wait? Should I wait? I don't know what
No, I don't think you should. You don't have to wait. I just think that well, I walked off, so I don't know what they're doing. So I'd say just knock on the door.
just like nods and slowly walks that direction and give you a small way.
Okay, bye. Is it so weird to talk to someone today and to think people are interrupting things? I mean,
I have no idea.
I don't know what she insinuated. That's what I'm questioning. I mean, we weren't kissing or doing anything. We're just sitting here and staring out and talking. I think, though, with all the people that I'd rather spend my freedom and time with, I think you were the best, though. And don't throw me over your shoulder. I'm small, yes, but you don't need to. I do not like to be carried like a sack of potatoes. Thank
I
you.
mean, I can carry you in other ways if you preferred, but anyway.
No, you don't need to. I'm fine. If I'm injured, yes, carry me like a sack of potatoes. However, I'm not. Why do you always seem to do that too?
Do what?
Like be embarrassed like that. You like to do that often.
Mm.
Don't shrug like you usually do. For goodness sakes. You never have a straight answer sometimes.
Some of the things I do, I don't think through. Sometimes I just do them on the whim. There's not much of an explanation to it.
Ah, so being mates is a whim choice, huh?
I said sometimes, not all the time.
I don't think I'm complaining if that's the case.
Good.
I think I'm a lot more calmer now. Thank you for distracting me. Or if we'd carried on with that subject, I probably would have punched one of the walls. That wouldn't be good for anyone.
Likely not.
I probably would have gotten in trouble. I guess we'll. When this is all over, do you still want to stay? It's completely your choice to stay with me or do what you want.
Ah, yes, this is totally a temporary thing.
I don't know.
You overthink the smallest of things. It's cute sometimes.
Her face is just gonna grow a little more purple. Okay, look. I'm not constantly thinking of these possibilities, okay? It's weird. It's strange. I mean, hell, there's one possibility where we could probably all die, and that would be the end of it. And then there's one possibility that we're fine and everything's good and things get handled.
What I mean by overthinking.
And can you blame me then? You know, that overthinking and always watching and looking have saved our asses, I think, more times than I can count.
Hmm. When it needs to be done, yes, but doing it constantly, that's just tiring.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
Like that.
Maybe I'm just exhausted from everything we just witnessed and encountered. Fighting something that could turn you into stone, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Hmm.
Mm. Should we regroup with the others? Or do you want to stay here for a couple minutes and just, I think, enjoy the peace and quiet it is now? Because I feel like with that little meeting we had earlier, it's not going to be peaceful and quiet for much long.
We should likely catch up sooner rather than later.
Alright. Let's go.
Oh. Let's go back to the other group.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm probably going to knock on the door.
Firstly, before you guys head over, Duncan, Bhaqull, and Arden and Plymouth, a lot of you are sitting in the room. You hear a quick, like repetitive 3 knock. Duncan, you in?
Yeah, come on in.
And question like peeks in, then just like comes all the way in.
Hi, question.
Hi, sorry, there was a lot of paperwork to do. The summits are always really stressful. I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Well, that's good. So Armine and Varys out in the hall. I have a couple of things, or maybe some questions you have. Or the High Curator said, "Watch out for them," and I sort of already do. So I wasn't sure exactly what he meant. So I just figured I'd come and be available. At this point, you hear the do knock on the door from Armine.
Yep, come on in.
We're back. Sorry. I
And you're
needed
just
to.
gonna have 2 bags thrown at you
What?
with your gold and stuff.
Your money.
Oh,
Have fun with that.
thanks.
Also, he'll reach into the bag of holding and hold out the ring of mind shielding. Ring of mind shielding. I don't think it'll be the best for any of us at the moment, but
We kind of all need something like that.
if one of you
Oh.
wants it,
She's gonna look to Varys. Do you want it or do I want it? Or do I take it?
every single one of us needs something like that. Maybe would be very helpful. It's basically about picking who needs it first. Priority levels.
Yep.
Who's the most susceptible?
If I'm, he usually stays far away from the fight and doesn't usually get into it, while I'm in the thick of it usually.
Keep in mind, it doesn't matter how far away you are.
I don't
Okay,
think it'll
then.
matter to that aboleth.
Well, I don't know much about what it does, so well.
Oh, by the way,
aboleth.
question: we're dealing with an aboleth.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that.
Oh,
Duncan will walk
Since
over
you decided to
to,
just drop that.
to Armine.
I'm
and
sorry,
just-
okay? It's been a long day. I'm tired. I
It's
can't-
okay. I just that could be shocking.
well, I can tell
Potential.
you exactly what a ring of mind shooting does if it helps you all decide.
Yes.
Sure.
Please.
Because I have one, and she shows she has a ring. When you have one of these rings, it makes you immune to any magic that allows creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know what kind of person you are, or what kind of creature you are. It also makes it where creatures can't telepathically communicate with you unless you allow it. Also, you can do this, and she taps the ring, and it becomes invisible on her hand.
Oh.
Ooh.
And that's just a thing you can do whenever, so you know people don't know you have it. There is
Cool.
one small downside. I mean, it's not maybe not the worst downside.
What is it?
Well, if you're wearing this ring and you die with it on, your soul enters the ring. Unless there's already a soul in the ring. But I've been told that you can choose to leave the ring whenever you want and go to the afterlife, so it's
Oh.
not like it traps you.
Oh, that's good. Okay, never mind that.
But you can choose to stay in the ring, and as long as you're in the ring, no one else can be in the ring, but you can talk to the person who's in the ring
Oh.
if they die and stay in the ring.
Oh.
Wait, there could be someone in that ring.
So
I'm.
how do we know if there's someone in the ring?
Well, you'd have
I'd
to put it
assume
on
we just
and
put it
attune to
on.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to attune to it to know, probably.
Okay.
Then
Well.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Sounds like a great idea.
I'd rather not have a voice in my head.
I have enough going on.
I don't think I have any voices in my head, so.
I don't think you'd want one. Really?
Depends
Not
if
that
it's a
I'd-
voice.
Wait,
was
not that I'd know
friendly
how
or
that
not.
works. Yeah,
when
true,
when
I
did
guess.
you get a voice in your head?
I don't have a voice in my head.
You just said you did.
I didn't say I did. I said you wouldn't
You
want
implied
one.
it. You implied it.
Inside check.
Yeah, roll me an insight check, Plymouth.
I'm gonna do that
Okay.
as well.
No, you will have to roll a deception check.
I know
against
I
her
do.
insight.
I'm gonna roll an insight as well because I don't believe
Yeah.
this boy.
Yeah, go for it. He was pretty.
Fuck.
Duncan and Aramine. That's sus.
Sus! Armine, she looks at you, squints hard.
I mean, to be fair, it's
Armin?
his head. It's his business.
Armin?
We all have things that are secretive and
He's gonna
Cool.
slip the ring. He's gonna slip the ring on the ring of Mind Shield onto his hand. He's gonna look at you. He's gonna point with his eyes and point at you, and he's gonna be like, "We're discussing this later." And he's gonna gently grab Question's hand and look at Flemeth and go, "Have you had enough time with the sword?"
I have to talk to God about this.
No, go for it.
What are you wanting to do with this sword?
I want to take a moment to, during Armine and Varys' outing and everyone else is counting the coin, Clement is going to sit down with the sword and is going to concentrate on it.
Is there something in particular you're trying to do with this sword?
I'm trying to see if I can
let's say spending some time holding the blade, you feel no connection to it at all. You surmise that there are probably two reasons for that. One, it is a blade meant for a paladin, of which you are not, and it is also a blade of Corellian the Archart, of which you don't have faith in.
I'm going to ask my patron. My queen. I ask, is the path we are taking something that we should be worried about of this Elixian?
You hear no response. You see no sign.
Then, if no sign, a feeling of if this path is what we should be continuing.
A few minutes pass and still nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're left alone with your own thoughts.
Is there anything else that is just like strange about the sword?
Make me an investigation check.
Is it a straight roll or can I add guidance to it?
This will be a straight roll.
Okay. Just investigation.
Mm-hmm. Looking over the blade, it is pristine golden blade. Doesn't appear to have a single blemish. It radiates with a holy, divine energy, but nothing about it seems off or odd. It is just a blade of a Corellian paladin.
Why was this? And she's gonna ask Duncan, why do you think this was just kept away, locked in a bag? Hidden.
Which is why I want to return it.
Could I be there when you return it?
I don't mind.
She'll hand him the sword back.
I'll take it and put it in the bag of holding. And since technically you, and he'll gently boop, question on the news, are technically supposed to be keeping an eye on us, you should tag along too.
Oh, we're going now? All right, sure.
Oh, right now?
Right now?
No. I mean,
I mean,
Wait,
it's
what?
like sun's still up. The temple should still be open, so it should
Okay.
be all right.
Yeah.
I was figuring it would be just down the road.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It is not
true.
very far. It is just a skip down
Actually,
the way.
no, that I didn't think about that.
It's literally like full buildings down on the left. It's not very far.
oh, I mean that. Yeah, that's not far.
Are we all going?
Are we
I-
all going?
Do we all have to go?
I mean, we
No.
can also go to the tavern to eat, or we can eat here, or
Oh, we could take it there and then go eat.
Let's do that. That actually sounds like
Yeah.
a nice plan.
Perfect.
Honestly, after the last few days, I think visiting a temple and then getting some food sounds normal, and I like that. Let's do
Yes.
it.
I would like
Yeah,
normal,
maybe.
please.
Maybe we do need some normalcy a little bit.
I would like normal for the small period of time I'll probably be able to get it until.
I would like a daily dose of normal.
All right. And this very normal group of people
It's going to go
walks
down
down the
very-
street. All eyes on them because obviously Drake in tow, Darkman walking, Dragonborn, Tiefling, Drow, and Furbolg
Excuse me, Dragonborn with a skin condition?
with a skin condition.
Bro,
Two
who would've thought-
tieflings, one gray,
Who
one
would've thought-
blue.
I
Who
like
would've
how,
thought-
technically speaking, the fire genasi isn't out of place here.
Nope.
You're normal. You're
You are
normal.
the most normal
I
one out
am
of this
the
entire
most
crew.
normal in the group,
I can't believe our dragon.
Except for your dragon.
except for the Drake. The Drake is
Made,
the only thing
made
that's
even more conspicuous by the fact that the knowledge of the ongoing conflict with the Fire Genasi and Earth Genasi is spreading throughout town.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
All eyes on you. You have a very normal stroll down the street to the temple.
Looks at you. You look sus.
As you're walking, Arden,
Oh boy.
you look upon the people around you, the other citizens, the people outside of your party, and you think what fine material they could be to make you stronger. And you feel a deep hunger in your stomach as a voice whispers, "Feed." As you walk up to the Temple of Krell in the Archart.
That's why I'm going to get food.
We didn't get that for a Snickers.
Feed me started.
You are you when you're hungry.
You're okay.
Also, you know what I was gonna say, Crona, when we were back in
Mhm.
that room. I was gonna say you're asking the woman who's dating a secret fucking man. you lying. She recognized lying.
I'm going in the temple.
All right.
Before Duncan walks in, the sword out of the bag of holding.
Go to the temple.
Bhaqull, as soon as you step into the temple,
Hmm.
you feel uneasy.
Oh.
You feel nervous.
Eh.
And after a moment, you realize the nervousness isn't coming from you.
Oh.
It's like your patron is aware of where you are and doesn't like it.
Bhaqull, like, looks uncomfortable. He's just kind of standing there.
Our
And
man probably is.
You've been in other temples before. This is the first time you've walked into Corellian's temple, though. And
No,
the
it
first
isn't.
time you ever felt this feeling. Is it?
Mm-mm. We've been here before.
I thought you didn't go into the last time.
Maybe we didn't go in. No, I thought we did. We did.
No,
I thought Duncan did.
Maybe Duncan.
Duncan did. Yeah,
Oh, was it just
did,
Duncan?
You didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because he went in to ask questions.
Oh,
Maybe
maybe I
think
wasn't
it was
there.
just
Maybe I
Duncan
didn't go
who
in.
went.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you two stayed in the car. Or the car.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember us going to the Temple of Corellian, but I suppose we
Yes.
didn't go in.
Yeah,
I
because
do
that got
believe
fired
you
out
did.
because elves are racist.
I don't.
Ah,
believe
I see.
went in there. I don't
So
even know
anyway,
if I was
you
there.
feel this uneasiness in the Temple of Corellian.
Bhaqull, are you alright?
What?
You stopped in while we were walking.
I'm fine. Just feel weird.
Duncan will walk up and pat him on the back. Probably just hungry.
Me too.
Just hungry. He's gonna slowly pull off his glove. Look at this hand. The eyeball hand.
The eye is there, but it's like, you know when you close your eyes and squeeze them tight and you're scared?
Mm-hmm.
It's doing that.
Oh.
Mm.
I'll put his
Does-
glove back on.
Does Flemeth see this?
You don't see that eye ever. No.
It's always just a hand.
It's always
But
just a
does-
hand.
Do
Anyone
I
else?
see Bhaqull's expression?
I can roll an insight check to see if you can glean anything.
I'm very observant.
You are very observant. You do have the feet.
I was gonna say you're an 8-foot tall furbolg. I would expect you to be slightly observant. You
She's got her
dirty, sneaky
eyes.
ass
She's our
motherfucker.
eye in the sky. She's looking.
Oh,
You're very observant, but
Oh.
in this case, you don't know. You don't notice the subtle changes in Bhaqull's face. Either he hides it well, or he's just distracted by all the emotions hitting him. However, I will say Flemeth and Bhaqull, both of you roll perception checks. Yeah, both of you notice along the walls of this church there are murals that depict a number of battles and victories by Corellian. You see him leading elves in the first fights against men. The establishment of the jewel of the jungle, the old city of Kalmaro. You also see one depiction that just seems a bit out of place from all the others, because all the others seems to clearly take place in Exandria. There's land, there's a sky. This depiction is Corellian in full winged form, blade in hand, in a place of scattered rocks floating about, fighting against some being. You see a large yellow eye being large tendrils of energy coming off this being as is cut in two by the blade of Corellian.
Bhaqull is going to fucking 1,000-yard stare at that shit. I'm going to assume he recognizes that.
The scenery looks very familiar to your dreams. And as you're staring, whilst the others are getting settled and looking for a
Do-
priest, I assume.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I have to make
Mhm.
an intelligence check to figure this out?
I would say you don't have context, but you can clearly see where Bhaqull is staring, and kind of glean a bit of what Bhaqull has told you before, which isn't much, I don't think, about the place.
He hasn't said
Um,
anything about the place.
Yeah. Just that this is having some sort of effect on Bhaqull for some reason. But as that's happening, Duncan, you're looking for a priest.
yep.
You watch as I think it was the high priest you spoke to before
Mm-hmm.
has just finished handing off a prayer book to one of the acolytes, and actually looks over in Bhaqull's direction and sees what he's looking at, and comes over and places a hand on Bhaqull's shoulder. Are you
Like,
all right?
Jumps a little bit.
Oh, apologies. I did not mean to frighten you.
Sorry.
And you see an older elven man with streaks of golden white hair, symbols of Krellian adorned upon him. Are you enthralled by this mosaic?
Yes. I've never read about something like this before.
This one most wouldn't know. An old enemy of Corellian. They called him Echelon. An entity from the far beyond. It is said that in the olden times, before the divergence, before gods were separated from Exandria, there were primal beings from beyond that would occasionally make their way to Exandria and exert influence. It's said this Echelon and Krelion did battle, and that part of that battle is what caused the formation of Katha, the moon.
I see.
It's a very interesting story, but ancient, far, far ancient.
Thank you.
Of course. This time he looks over and sees Duncan and just gives a broad smile and goes, "Ah, welcome back.
Yeah.
You're speaking oddly different. Is everything all right?"
A lot's happened.
Seems a
But,
soft nod. Okay. How can I help you all?
here. And he'll hold out the sword. In our travels, we came across a tomb of Corellians below in Camalro. We found a sword in an ornery.
You see tears begin to fall down his face. He reaches forward, and he's an elf, and he's an older elf. He grabs the blade and just looks awestruck him. You found this in Kalmara?
Yeah.
Uh,
None of us are paladins to your patrons, so it's no use to us. So,
He swallows hard, takes the blade, and sets it gently against the statue at the front of the temple. Looking at the blade and still speaking to you, he goes, "That was my father's blade."
oh, shit. I mean,
Both.
well,
He died before Kalmaro fell. He was one of the last paladins of the Order protecting the city during the calamity. I was a baby. But my mother's shown me so many pictures and told me so much about it. I thank you. Turns all over you and gives a deep bow. Thank you so much for bringing this back to us. Is there anything you could ever need that we could give? Anything at all? It's yours.
when we were down there in the temple, there was this type of magical essence shrouded in it. When one of us approached the statue seemed to gleam with a light. It purified the area. Do you happen to know anything to deal with Corellian purification?
Of course, he's the father of elves and taught us everything we know of how to cleanse the land, be one with the earth, and set things how they're meant to be. It's a core tenet of belief in Corellian. Purity. Trueness.
Have you ever happened to come across individuals with empiric magics or sanguine-like natured magics that you've cured?
Sanguine-like nature. I'm not sure of sanguine-like nature. There's been a number of different types of ailments that have come through. Not all have been able to be cured. I think I've. And his eyes suddenly hint on recognition. Yes, actually. There was one fellow, he came in, the Hands of Ord had restrained him because he was seen to be out of his mind, and they thought perhaps it was an ailment of the mind, or perhaps it was a curse. And I remember actually seeing, it was a very odd sight, it had red crystals growing out of his skin.
Yeah.
Part of his upper torso was completely crystalline. He died shortly after, unfortunately.
Are there any records that you or any of your chapters or other head priests may know of that might be able to help?
Well, I do know there was a record that was kept of the stages of his ailment. It was believed, I think, that he had a ring that had some curse on it or something, as that's where the affected mark came from. When he first came to us, it seemed as if he just had red veins spreading across his body. But then, after about a week, there became crimson blisters and boils that appeared upon his body. And then spurs of small crystals began to break through his skin until finally large crystal protrusions started breaking through and turning his body into more crystal than man. And then he died. Then when he perished, he turned to dust.
Right. Okay.
The ring remained, though. We actually ended up giving it to the Allegiance of the All-Sight. Apparently, he was one of their members.
Okay.
To note, by the way, Bhaqull is still wearing the All-Sight cloak.
Are you wearing the All-Sight cloak?
Yep.
Or the Cobalt Soul cloak?
Oh, the Cobalt Soul. Not All-Sight.
Yeah.
I'm mixing them up.
You're fine. You had Cobalt Soul, or you had All-Sight badges you were given to go down. But you
Yeah.
had Cobalt Soul cloaks.
Yeah, that's why I mixed them up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Well, thank you for the information.
Thank you. And that information still doesn't feel like it's enough. If you need anything, please come back. Myself and the other priests, I'll make sure that you're known. We'll help you in any way we can.
Of course.
What was that name you mentioned again? The mosaic.
Oh, this one, Echelon.
Echelon. Thank you.
The full title is Echelon Secret Keeper, Destroyer of Worlds.
I'll write it down. And he will kind of scurry outside, basically.
Duncan.
He's going to skedaddle.
Yeah, Duncan will slowly turn or give a nod and turn, but his back fin will kind of droop at the tip slightly, and just kind of walk out.
All right. Are you just fleeing entirely, Bhaqull? Or are you just waiting for the
No,
others?
he's just gonna kind of like go out the door and then like kind of rest against the wall.
Okay. As you all gather back up, we heading to a tavern to drink and eat?
Oh, I wanted to ask
Oh.
the priest something.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Before leaving, the Flemeth is going to ask the priest more about that tapestry, whatever it was. The one that Bhaqull wanted to know.
To be honest, there's not much more I know about it other than what I've told your friend already. I can certainly try and see if there are any records on it and give them to you if I find any.
I would like that.
I saw at least one of you wearing Cobalt Soul attire. Shall I just send it to the Temple of the Mentor?
Yes. As for Flemeth Grey.
He gives a cut nod. Of course, I will do so.
You have a splendid day, sir. She'll
And
push
you.
to him.
May his light guide you all.
And may her guidance guide you in the afterlife.
He gives a curt nod. All right. Anything else before you head on to the tavern?
Nope.
When they
All
come
right.
outside, but Bhaqull has in fact got the flask and finally broke.
No.
No.
He made it a whole like 3 days sober.
He made it a whole 3 days.
On the good side, it's the good shit. Yippee! It's the tasty stuff. Hooray!
The
As
best
the first
stuff.
of you walk out, Bhaqull is halfway through the first part of the flask already.
I kind of.
Duncan is
Why did I have a
also
feeling?
just looking really visibly sad. Like, really disheartened.
He is not even perceiving that you've come out yet.
Armin's gonna
What?
walk over and gently touch onto Bhaqull's shoulder. Are you
He
okay?
once again jumps at the touch.
Okay.
Sorry,
First-
I didn't know you came out yet.
First,
He's gonna like pop the lid on the flask and kind of hide it in his cloak,
Bhaqull.
knowing that you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Bhaqull. I will say this first. Calm down. What happened exactly?
Um, I don't think it's important.
Well.
You don't think it's important, but it is. Especially a 1,000-yard stare.
I was just looking at the history. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give the fakest smile in existence.
Insight.
I don't even think there's an insight check needed. I'm not gonna lie.
Armine can fucking tell.
I
Just
think most anyone can put two and two to that one together.
Armine's gonna look at you and go, I'm saying this in, I would say, the most politest way. That's bullshit, because I was experiencing that recently. So,
you don't just have a 1,000-yard stare and it be looking at history unless something made you start thinking.
I just recognized it, that's all.
Mm. And we're all going to recognize something that might make us jumpy and want to drink.
I mean, drinking isn't terrible.
No! But depends on if you're drinking to run away or are you drinking to celebrate. And this seems like a drinking to run away. Well, you don't have to talk about it, but know that there are people that will be there to talk about it with.
This hasn't been easy. You know.
No kidding. When we were down in the depths, you think it was easy for me to break the things I had been trapped in for years?
Armine,
Uh-oh.
looking at Bhaqull, you watch as the bronze scales flake away. One, then two, then several, until they disappear into nothing, and the Bhaqull you met the very first time is revealed yet again underneath it all.
You're bronze.
What?
Cool. Look at your hands.
He looks down at his hands.
Black scales.
They were bronze just not 2 seconds ago. What happened?
At this moment, Flemeth is going to tell Duncan in his head of how Bhaqull was acting and what the priest had said about the thing that they saw.
I thought it was better.
That was not a secret you were supposed to know yet. Bhaqull. You walked where I didn't want you to.
It's not like you didn't. You never told me. I couldn't go there.
She's speaking out loud.
Yep.
Armine,
Cool.
move away. Now.
She's gonna look at Flemeth. What?
Are you talking back? Champion.
Fine. Just gonna back a little bit away.
I can make it worse. I can make it so much worse.
I can go back in that temple.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay, did Bhaqull say that out loud?
Bhaqull
Yeah.
said that out loud.
Duncan is going to reach out for Bhaqull.
Bhaqull.
Yeah.
Your hand reaches up as Duncan reaches out for you.
I assume the eye hand?
Yes.
Wait, what does it do?
You're not controlling it,
Oh no.
but you feel your magic ignite.
He's gonna try and grab it with his other hand.
Flemeth is gonna cast Hold Person.
Before Plymouth cast Hold Person, I need Duncan to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Yo, player PvP. What?
This is gonna get so
Bhaqull
much worse.
cast Innervation.
Oh,
And you watch a
no.
tendril of inky black and purple energy surround his hand and then stretch out and attach to Duncan's chest.
What is?
Duncan, you take. Actually, Bhaqull, why don't you roll it?
Oh my god! Alright, what do I roll?
48.
Oh, great!
Duncan, you take 24 points of necrotic damage. Flemeth, you're trying a Hold Person. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
That is going to be a Wisdom save.
Yes.
Flemeth. Bhaqull. Wisdom save.
Yeah, another one. Oh, great!
Believe a 17 beats your spell DC, is that correct?
Nothing can go wrong. Oh no, what went wrong?
I don't
Was that
remember. I
psychic
don't remember
damage that I
my.
took, right?
Necrotic.
That was
Necrotic.
necrotic.
Okay, that's fine. Duncan
That's
just finished.
fine. That's
love
fine, you say.
Here, hold on. I think I might have it on here.
Oh god.
Yeah, your spell save is 16. So that
Oh.
does Bhaqull does succeed, and the whole person fizzles.
Duncan's still going to reach, even though that tendril came out, and he's gonna look at Bhaqull dead in his eyes, and he's just going to, just in a very low tone, let me in.
Bhaqull's eyes are black.
Am I seeing this? Am I
You are all
seeing
seeing
I
this?
think
this.
we're all seeing this.
No, because at this point, Duncan's kind of deduced that Bhaqull is not there. So he's not
Armin's
really
going
speaking to Bhaqull. He's speaking to whatever the fuck has a hold of him.
Armine's going to look to Flemeth and go, what do I need to do? And
She's
going
not
on?
looking at you. She's
Bhaqull,
trying
make
to
another wisdom
figure
saving
out
throw.
what to do. Actually, no. She'll look at it and say, "Hold them down!" Look, yelling them to hold them down.
Hold them down.
All at once, the black flakes off again to gold, and the spell dissipates as Bhaqull regains control.
Bhaqull's just gonna drop to his knees.
Just
Duncan will
know,
reach down and
I
pick
could
him
make
up.
it much, much worse. And the voice echoes out, and you are left to your devices.
What just happened?
What the fuck just happened?
Yes, that's the. I think that's the question of the hour.
Tavern,
I
let's
didn't-
go. Duncan is carrying Bhaqull.
Yep. You know what?
Still
Actually,
holding. Still,
going.
he reaches out and grabs Question's hand.
All right. And as that happened in the middle of the street, a bunch of people are freaking the fuck out. This very normal group goes for their very normal tavern night. And to figure out the aftermath of this next time.
Yay!
God damn it.
Hungry.
Fucking die.
fucking god.
And nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go
Jeez.
wrong, huh? Looks at the fucking
Oh, no,
warlock that
wrong.
lost control.
Listen,
I was
listen.
about 2 seconds away from summoning my echo, and my echo would have hold the cooldown.
Nothing can go wrong.
Half your
It's
team is a
all
ticking
right.
time bomb.
What do you mean? It's not. No.
Looks at Arden, Duncan, and Cool, and Sus.
I don't know why you're
I mean,
looking at Duncan.
Arguably, Varys and Flemeth are on the line.
What do you mean?
I know your fucking backstories.
I mean,